Natzijl, who is an award-winning puppeteer and has performed a show called Watching. This is not a duet in the UK and abroad. And we're going to be chatting about this one-woman show. It's a dance and drama performance, which Esther performs with a life-size puppet. And she will be performing this show for Radius in September in Yorkshire. So Esther, welcome. It's lovely to have you. I'd like to start by asking what led you to become a puppeteer?
So yeah, as you know, I was a professional dancer, and yeah, to be honest, I was actually in the beginning quite a little bit skeptical about puppetry. I was like, oh yeah, that's a bit, like Punch and Judy kind of thing or Sesame Street. But then I happened to perform a little role in Dog's Heart from Simon McBurney. And the puppetry was done by a British puppetry company, which is Blind Summit. And and yeah, they took it to another level. That was like, and the way they spoke about it and the different, it was combined with mime actually. So that whole show was mime, opera, puppetry, and it's quite modern music as well. And the puppet was a dog, which was animated by I think three, sometimes four people. And yeah, that suddenly opened my eyes to puppetry and all its possibilities, and that it can be very cool and eerie, and yeah, it's much more into it than just Punch and Judy
Mm.
kind of level, and that it can be really physical and yeah. Yeah, so I got really inspired, and then through Mark Down, who is the director of Blind Summit, he showed me other puppetry things from, oh gosh, French puppetry companies and Basil Twist, and like all these very awesome things I've never seen before. So it opened this dimension, like, whoa. And then I started to do it a little bit myself, just for fun,
Hmm.
together with DUDA PAIVA company, which is a Dutch puppetry and dance company, and that combine puppetry, dance, and theater. And he works a lot with big foam puppets, like the one I'm working with now. And yeah, and then it's just was really fun doing it because as a performer, I feel more safe through my physicality, so like a dancer, or through the puppet. And if it's just my voice, I feel actually really shy and want to hide myself. When I was then performing through the puppet, I felt like a part of me could then just split off and be somehow through, or I don't know, come to life through the puppet. And that can be really interesting to see also with other people who, for the first time, try to animate a puppet. It often comes very raw, unconscious material that then comes out.
Yeah.
So I thought, wow, this is so interesting. Whatever psychologically, magically is happening here, even though, like, aesthetically, I don't always like puppetry, but then, what goes through it and with it, it's just extremely, ma yeah, mesmerizing, I suppose. And
Yeah,
it's,
yeah, that's fascinating, and I'm sure we'll come on to some of those things that you've talked about. Thinking about the title, Watching, how did that come about? How did that title come about, and what's the significance of it?
oh yeah, actually, if I could change the title, I would change it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a long process to create a show. Um, and it was my struggle with my own fears and my own desires and how they're kind of the same, different sides of the same coin somehow. Like, yeah, and then I started to dig deeper and I thought, oh, I have to kind of create this duet of how this works inside me. And uh, yeah, and then I thought, okay, the puppet is gonna be then this other part of me, which I'm kind of internally communicating with, and sometimes it would person be a personification of my desires, sometimes of my fears, and sometimes the other. So it became a multi-layered exploration of my different versions of myself, different struggles, but also with desire towards others. Like the way you relate to your child, or the way to relate to your
Yeah,
parents or your
yeah,
lovers. Yeah, all yeah, they're all possibilities. It's about observing yourself and what is real and what is animated within yourself, or what do you project on someone else and start to believe, and all that is some kind of watching.
yeah, yeah. Well, actually, it's the basic word of watching, and it's what we all do in life. And when we are at a performance at the theatre, we are watching with our
Yeah,
eyes, watching with our hearts in one way or the other. It's
yeah.
a really good title.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's just like it doesn't say much about the show itself. Like you're watching, and it's more like and then the subtitle really needs to be with it. So
yeah,
watching, this is not a duet. So what you're watching is not what you're actually seeing, or is it? Yeah, it's just
yeah.
inviting you to be open to what it's moving within yourself.
Picking up on what we are open to, something that Radius, is most interested in, is exploring faith and belief and the human condition through performance. So I'm curious to know if you think puppetry has something particular to offer in that area. Do you think we can explore faith and belief through puppetry? And if we can, how is that? How might that be different from watching a stage play where it's being explored, or a musical, or another piece of performance? How is puppetry different, I suppose?
Yeah, what's belief or religion or spirituality? I suppose the connection, what it has with puppetry is basically puppetry is you animate something which is not alive, an object. So, and then you already, from the act of animating that's not alive, and that magical moment where it starts to get the breath, like
Yeah,
something is not real. Sometimes suddenly is like, whoa, that's really scary. It's real. Oh, even knowing that it's not. That moment, that like deep presence of combining my imagination through the the yeah, the material, I
yeah,
suppose, of the puppet. I suppose there's like that's something sacred, or something, what we're all looking for in life. And I think once that happens, the other power of puppetry is that if you're watching it as a audience member, for example, it's not a human being, a puppet. So
hmm,
and because it's not a human being, it doesn't stir this kind of yeah, we relate different to each other as human beings because I don't know, evolution and whatever, smell what's going on there unconsciously. But a puppet is so open for you. It's like a mirror. It reflects what you project on it. So and in that sense, it animates something inside you. And I think what you want to believe, or what you find meaningful, and even if you don't know it, goes really deep, like your unconscious, it goes to unconscious levels. Sometimes we don't know really what is animating us in life. What is this for, And I feel like
mm,
religion maybe, or belief, is animating you, or yeah, and I think puppetry as well, if you're open to it.
yeah, yeah. And sense of mystery, it strikes me that there's similarity of mystery with puppetry and spirituality and faith. It's the excitement and the unknown, but the known at the same time. Yes, there's so much to think about, as you say. Your performance is part of a broader event called Meeting Ourselves, Exploring the Human Spirit Through Puppetry. What are you hoping the audience might experience on the day?
Yeah, meeting ourselves. Ooh. Yeah, so as I study therapy now. So I thought, yeah, I'm 46. I met myself already, I know it. I know it. And still I don't. And I find that incredibly exciting. I'm like, oh, that's so exciting that there's still so much more to learn. So what I hope that the audience will be open. Yeah, despite I'm sure they all know themselves really well, but despite that, like what will be open to what the puppetry or even that whole day will stir inside you, and it, not so much rationally or intellectually, but maybe unconsciously what's beyond
Yeah.
words. Like we're so used to put everything into words, and once it's in words, we get it. Then we know. And I'm like that as well. But I think that's the power of drama and
Mm,
theater. Um, and then yeah, then let it maybe reflect that they start to reflect on things in themselves. I hope also because it will be combined with a Q&A and a workshop that if people are interested or even just a slight of
yeah.
interest that they after I would like to show also how it works on other people. They can have a try with the puppet and also what it might what might happen, but when
Yeah.
you actually start to animate a puppet yourself. Yeah, it's a little bit horror like as well, so it's also a little bit exciting, like ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And also maybe being surprised by their own reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And analyzing how they respond. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Mm. How would you describe the puppet for people who haven't seen it?
So yeah, I refer to it as the being. Uh, yeah, because yeah, that word says enough. And sometimes maybe the beast, like it refers a little bit like our shadow side or instinct. And therefore, also I have asked the puppet maker um, to make it look a little bit like Gollum
Mm.
from Lord of the Rings. So the puppet is a little bit eerie, like Gollum. That kind of yeah. But at the same time, it also could look like a baby slightly because it's cute. Some people see a corpse. That corpse, yeah, that's a corpse. But yeah, it also could look like a dancer somehow. Like
Mm.
I've been very much inspired by Pina Bausch. She is she's a German expressionist. Yeah, she was one of the first, yeah, the pioneer that changed ballet dance into more theatrical drama like performance. And she's such an intriguing figure because she has long gray hair up to her bum and she's very skinny. She only smokes cigarettes and drinks coffee and she just lived for her theater. I think she also passed away at a quite relative young age. And and I used to have nightmares from the age of 3 with a figure like her coming up in my dreams. So I made the puppet look slightly a bit like her as well. I don't know what archetype that refers to, without the hair. So yeah, it's quite an eerie puppet, but it's also
Okay.
sweet. It's also sweet. Sometimes I walk. I have done walkabouts with this puppet in the streets, and it's really what I really find entertaining is like cool guys. Like they have like the right clothes on and the right cool walk, and um, and they're really into themselves. And then they suddenly see the puppet, and they're like, whoa, like, and then they like what the, and they run away. And sometimes they want to hit the puppet. And I find out that I'm like, ooh, what does that say? What does it say about you being so cool? and composed, and you see a puppet and you get like frightened, like that's interesting. I find people can be open
Yeah,
for that.
that's a very powerful reaction to something other. Oh, I don't like you, and lashing out. Gosh, that
Yeah,
that could
yeah.
tell us a lot. Just thinking about the practicalities of your performance and puppetry in general, what sort of things will you be thinking about when you bring the show to Radius in September? So lighting, sound, flooring. What kinds of things do you have to think about for it?
Yeah, because the show kind of happens in the mind, and so it was meant to the what do you call it? The stage looks a bit like a black box, like a
Uh-huh.
dark, or like space, the universe. So it's like the idea is also that I'm in a space which has no borders. It's endless. So I'm kind of, where am I? What's going on? And then I meet myself or the other or that thing in that endless space. A lot happens also through the imagination. So as a performer, if I believe I'm in this endless space and looking through the audience, through the walls, and with the right little bit of lighting, I hope I can still create that um, feeling of endless, vast void where this happens. Yeah, for the rest,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, preferably dark with a little bit of light so that also the puppet lights up a bit.
Actually, your puppet is performing with you, and people will see it performing, and then it will be seen as itself, just kind of inanimate. So, and that's quite interesting as well.
Oh yeah, in the Q&A, yeah, it will be with
Yeah,
me there. Yeah,
it will just be
it will.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's secretly here with me though as well. If you want to have a quick,
Yeah, just tempt the audience.
yeah, just to have it's coming. Oh, come on, darling. Yeah, I don't know if he really. It's actually a day if they want to.
Brilliant.
Uh, hmm. There he is. Oh, it's a bit shy, I think so.
Yeah, a little bit embarrassed
Oh,
now. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
well, they were all my questions. I've been thinking about a lot, and this has been a really quite enthralling discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
for all those people listening, I will put links to book for the event in the text. And we hope that people will come along to see you on the 20th of September, 2 o'clock in Thirsk in North Yorkshire, and Radius are certainly really looking forward to it. So thank you again, Esther. It's been a joy. Thank you.
Fiona.
Thank you. Thank you.